First chance of the game. It's special. What a goal. Everybody talked about. Victory after rest. The corner.
Arsenal suffer another serious injury. Arsenal suffer second most injuries in Premier League. Arsenal's Max Dowman suffered an ankle ligament injury following a challenge by a Manchester United under-21 player in last week's friendly, according to reports. David Ornstein reports for The Athletic that Max Dowman is set to miss 2 months of action with an ankle ligament injury, with Ornstein confirming the youngster suffered the setback in a challenge by an opponent during Saturday's under-21 friendly against Manchester United. The good news is that Dowman is not expected to require surgery, but the injury is obviously a major blow for a 15-year-old making his first team breakthrough. It is unknown whether Dowman's injury was related to United picking up a red card for 2 bookings during the match, but it certainly fits in terms of the opposition's apparently aggressive approach to the fitness-building friendly. As well as scoring in that match, Dowman had scored braces in both of his UEFA Youth League appearances this season, as well as scoring in both of his Premier League 2 games. The teenager had not failed to find the net in a single youth match with Arsenal this season, which was part of the reason why he was spending so much time with the first team instead. Yet in a match that should have built his sharpness for a possible appearance against Club Brugge or Wolves this week, Dowman has instead been ruled out until February. Arsenal have moved quickly to include Gabriel Jesus in their Champions League squad as a replacement for Dowman, with the Brazilian forward travelling to Belgium with the team on Tuesday. Only Leeds United have suffered more injuries than Arsenal in the Premier League this season, according to figures published this week. Sky Sports report that among Premier League sides, only Leeds United have suffered more injuries than Arsenal's 26 this season. Sky highlighted that William Saliba, Gabriel Magalhaes, Christian Mosquera, and Kai Havertz are all currently out, though it's worth mentioning that Leandro Trossard should have been included and Declan Rice is currently ill. On top of those 6, Martin Odegaard, Ben White, Gabriel Martinelli, Gabriel Jesus, Victor Gyökeres, Noni Madueke, Christian Norgard, and Piero Hincapié have all spent time on the sidelines with injury complaints this campaign. Sky's figure didn't even include Max Dowman, who was today ruled out of action for 2 months with an ankle ligament problem. The 15-year-old made his debut for the Gunners earlier this season, racking up 5 senior appearances, and he likely would have been involved over the festive period if not for the setback. It's a wonder that at the time of writing, Arsenal remain top of the Premier League table, top of the Champions League table, and in the quarter-finals of the League Cup. That's a feat beyond most fully fit squads at this point in the season. Arsenal have been unlucky, there's no doubt about that. Just look at Odegaard, who has suffered 3 separate contact injuries in circumstances no one could have predicted or helped him to avoid. Yet questions remain around all the muscle injuries and whether the club are doing enough to rest players at the right times. Mikel Arteta spoke out on Tuesday to at least deny that his training methods are part of the problem. Not training, no, because we don't have time to train, Arteta said. So, training is not there. But obviously, the fact that you are missing players, you are loading other players more. That's a consequence of that, and it's a really dangerous. The fact that we have some others who have long-term contracts that haven't been with us since the beginning of the season. But, yeah, it's a test for the team, and so far, we have reacted very, very well to that. Noni Madueke has set out an uncompromising target for his first full season in North London, insisting that Arsenal are aiming to win every competition they're in. He continues to settle his summer move from Chelsea. With Arsenal positioned strongly in the Premier League and Champions League, still in the Carabao Cup, and with the FA Cup yet to start, Noni Madueke has made it clear that the ambition within the Gunners camp is not small. "We believe that this can be our year," he said ahead of the trip to Aston Villa. "Everyone's got to take an extra step, physically, mentally, and in our performances on the training pitch and at the stadium. That's our goal, to compete to win every single competition that we are in. Carabao Cup, we're in the quarter-finals, and we are first in the Champions League and the Premier League. I feel like we have the ability that we can do it. I feel like you can't achieve anything if you don't believe it from before, and we definitely have that belief. We just need to continue, not even staying the same, but continue reaching new levels and continue pushing ourselves, and I feel like we are on the perfect trajectory right now." The winger has already enjoyed a number of eye-catching performances, including against Bayern Munich, when he scored his first goal for the club, and says the connection he has already built with supporters has helped accelerate his adaptation to life at the Emirates. "I love playing at Emirates Stadium. It is a really special feeling for me to play there," Madueke said. "I feel the connection between me and the fans, and it's just my job to continue to do the best I can to help the team achieve its goals, and I am sure that bond will grow." Madueke's early progress comes despite missing 11 games due to a knee injury and fierce competition for places in the strongest squad in Europe. Rather than see that as a barrier, he believes it is essential to sustaining a challenge across multiple fronts. "I think for Mikel it's a selection headache," he said. But he probably wouldn't have it another way. "It's great for him to have such a plethora of talent around him. For us, it's fantastic. Competition for places. That's exactly what you need when you want to be fighting on all four fronts. It's great for keeping the standards high around the players on the training pitch." Madueke also said his belief in the scale of Arsenal's ambition was formed before he had even completed the move, following his first conversation with Mikel Arteta. "I think the first time I got on the phone with Mikel, it was a great conversation, me, my dad and him," he said. He just highlighted the plans that he had for the team, the plans that he had for me, and a lot of the things he said really resonated with me. Of course I knew how good the team was, and that they were in a position to really challenge for major honours, so that is really what made the choice up for me. Madueke's early progress comes despite missing 11 games due to a knee injury and fierce competition for places in the strongest squad in Europe. Rather than see that as a barrier, he believes it is essential to sustaining a challenge across multiple fronts. "I think for Mikel it's a selection headache," he said.